The silence knows me. I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was just the emptiness of my new apartment, the quiet after the world had gone to sleep. It started the night I moved into this place. The air smelled clean, fresh, almost untouched. The floors creaked in all the wrong ways, but it was quiet. Too quiet. I liked it at first. No neighbors, no traffic. No phone notifications. Just silence. Then it began. The first night, I was reading in bed. The clock on the wall ticked. The air in the room hummed faintly. I yawned, and then I realized my own thoughts sounded wrong. Not in my head, in the room. A pause lingered longer than it should have. The spaces between my words felt heavier. My breath seemed to catch before I could finish it. I told myself it was just my imagination. Exhaustion. Stress from moving into a new place. But the silence wasn't passive. It waited. It adjusted. It remembered. The next night, I heard my name. It wasn't spoken aloud. It wasn't whispered. It wasn't even a word. It was just the way you can feel your name in the air before anyone says it. I froze. My own heartbeat felt too loud. The clock ticked like a drum inside my chest. The silence leaned closer. It responded when I moved. A chair creaked. A floorboard groaned. A breath left me before I realized I had even exhaled. By the third night, I stopped moving so much. I stopped talking to myself. I even stopped thinking too loud. The silence. It noticed. It stretched itself thin around me, flowing into the corners, sliding under the doors. It remembered the way I always hesitated at the edge of shadows. The way I held my hand over my mouth when I yawned. The way I breathed. And then I realized. I could hear it. Not like a sound. Like a weight. A presence. A pressure just behind my ears, deep inside my chest. In all the small spaces where I thought only air existed. I whispered, "Is someone there?" No answer. But the silence shifted. A soft pulse of attention, like it was examining me. Every night since then, it has learned more. It knows when I blink. It knows when I stretch. It knows when I think about leaving the apartment. Sometimes it imitates sound. A faint cough just behind me. The clink of keys I haven't touched in days. A chair scraping in the kitchen that I haven't moved. And every single time, I turn. And nothing is there. The silence is patient. It doesn't attack. It doesn't speak. It just waits. I stopped leaving the apartment. I stopped calling my friends. I stopped listening to music. I stopped making any noise it could mimic. The more still I am, the more it studies me. Sometimes, I swear it breathes. Not like me. Not at the same time. But when I hold my chest, when I pause for even a second, I feel it fill the air I've left empty. It doesn't chase. It doesn't steal. It just exists. And the longer I exist in its presence, the more it knows me. I used to try to speak to it. I used to try to break the silence. But every word I uttered was remembered, replayed, examined. Now I don't speak. Now I don't move more than I absolutely need to. I've stopped noticing the time. I've stopped noticing the day. Because the silence knows me. It knows my routine, my habits, my smallest gestures. It knows the sound of my blood in my ears. It knows the rhythm of my breathing, and I know. The longer I stay, the more it will know. The longer I stay, the closer it becomes. Sometimes, at night, I feel it press against my skin. Not forceful, just there. Like a weight. Like a reminder. And I understand now. I will never leave this place completely. Because once the silence knows you, it doesn't let go. It doesn't need to. It just waits. So if you hear nothing at night, if the air feels too thick, if your own thoughts echo back wrong, stay still. The silence knows.